everyone. Jen Fuentecilla here, Director of Christian Education at First United Methodist Church. And today I have Leslie Bunker here to chat with me this afternoon. Hi, Leslie.
Hello.
How are you doing today? How has life been during this pandemic?
Well, it's actually been really good. Carl and I have been getting a lot of projects done around the house. We had to cancel some trips, but we were able to get some other things done that we've been putting off. So, you just find the good part of it, right? And so,
yes, you find blessings along the way.
you're right.
Yes. Has anyone in your family or anyone close to you been sick or everyone healthy?
No, everyone's been healthy, thankfully. All our kids, our extended family. But I think, everybody's been pretty careful, trying to follow the guidelines. And like I normally walk with my mother every Thursday morning, and we haven't walked in 3 months. And because, she's older and don't want to spread that to her having that risk. So she's been healthy and we just talk on the phone. So.
Yeah, and it's nice that they live pretty close in proximity to you and Carl.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So I know that you said that no one has been sick and you have kept in touch with your in-laws, obviously, and what has posed some challenges for you and Carl or for your family during this time, and what has given you hope?
Okay, well, I think the challenges is just not being able to see people in person. As much as we do Zoom or any of those other platforms, it's not the same as being in person, and so that's been difficult. But I'm hopeful. I think for me, I just know that God is always with us, and so I see that with how people are acting during this time. So we have, people that do huge things like the healthcare workers and the support staff in hospitals that are putting their lives at risk to take care of others. And then the little things that all of us can do, following the guidelines, wearing a mask, social distancing, so that we're taking care of each other is a very hopeful thing.
Yes, absolutely. Restaurants, as we know, stores, many parts of our communities are beginning to open up. So it's even more essential to follow those guidelines to help the numbers of the virus go lower. Unfortunately, they have not
Right.
been decreased. I agree. We all have to do our part.
Yeah, it's a little scary when you see, I think most people are trying to follow the rules, but then you see a pocket of people that are just ignoring them, and it's scary, and it really does affect the whole community, not just those people making that choice.
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely hard for children to keep those masks on. So all across the board, we should all do our part, definitely.
Well, and we did have a bright light the other day as volunteers and donors at the zoo. They had a pre-opening before the zoo opened. And so we did go there, and it was less than 1,000 people in the zoo. And so it was like being our own zoo with no other people there. But because we haven't ventured out very much, even after things have opened, we're still being pretty cautious. And but that was a nice, I don't know, just a reminder of other things that happen and what choice we have that we can enjoy now and more in the future as things improve.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of the future, many of the children are on summer break, but eagerly looking forward to what the next school year might look like. And you have an important role on the Chula Vista Elementary School Board. Is there anything that you could share with families, Leslie, as we do think about August as it it's quickly approaching.
Yes, um, the district is, and teachers, everybody from the superintendent and all the employees are really working to make this a safe, um, productive time. And so there's a lot of cleaning going on, deep cleaning, getting all that done, getting all the precautions in place. Um, and every school is different. And so we can't just order the exact same thing for each school because of the design of the building, right? And so, um, and trying to figure out how is the drop off, each step of the day, how are we going to keep everybody safe? Drop off, how do we keep social distancing during that time? And each
Gosh,
school has
yes.
a different configuration. Um, and then we're trying to offer options for families because we have some families that are more vulnerable and do not want to send their children to school yet. Um, and that's okay, so we need to address that and have a good, solid education available for those students. There's other families that they're ready for their kids to, and they feel comfortable with the precautions, and they want to be in school every day like normal. But then we have to address all the, social distancing, masks. How are we going to clean all the time? Lunches, there's so many things that it's like we're walking through the school day with as a child, and what are they going to do, and how do we prevent that from being a safety issue?
Right,
And
right.
especially the younger they are,
Hmm.
that the whole idea of staying 6 feet apart from your friend who's right there is, they, I'm sure, don't understand that.
Right, absolutely. And I imagine, as you think about the motions of a student, of a child during the day, you're thinking about recess and the playground, or the play structures, and how do you keep children, distanced there and safe. So there is a lot to think about, and thank you for the work that's being done at the district,
Thank you.
to keep it safe. Yes.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of people working on it, and we're working with the county health department, San Diego School Board, Office of Ed. There's a lot of people giving us information and guidelines and guidance. And for me, that was part of the reason I wanted to delay the start of school. Okay, I know a lot of people aren't thrilled with that. And I'm sure every board member had a different reason why they voted for it. But for me, it was to give us time to have everything prepared and safe for the kids. And it's changing daily. The things, so one day we think, okay, we can have this. And then they say, oh no, we need to do it a different way. So that just gives us a little more time to really be prepared and have the materials we need and the protocols in place.
Oh, absolutely. Um, we would never want a staff member, student, anyone to get sick. So taking necessary precautions and the time to do so is very important.
Right. Well, and the other thing is, if we don't do it right, then it could, if there was an outbreak, we'd be back in our same position
Correct.
we are now. So it's like, I don't know, I felt like better to go slow and make sure we're doing it the right way to begin with. And
Absolutely.
it's kind of like at church, right? How we're going slower. Some churches are open, but we want to be sure to keep everybody safe.
Definitely. What is there anything that you'd like to lift up in prayer at this time or share with our congregation?
Well, I think just to encourage people that um, none of us like doing this. Nobody likes to be social distance and or to wear masks or any of that, but to keep doing it and be encouraged that if we all, support the regulations and do what we need to do, we'll be back together sooner, you know, than later.
Yes, yes, definitely. Like you said, we have Zoom and all this technology available to us, but it's nothing like being in person. And I do miss giving you that hug in the first pew.
I know.
Every Sunday, you know, when the children start in, or on the third Sunday when the children start in worship, I get a chance to see you in that first or second pew. But I'm confident that when it's safe, we'll be together again.
Yes.
All right, Leslie, thank you so much for chatting with me this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry, 1 second.